tabangi gud ko sa akong module.
Ay nak, mag-deliver para ba kung aning mga inutaw? Ato lang sa imong ati patudlo ha? Basi nakahinumdom pa siya ni Ana ang leksyon.
Dili ako musugot nga mapakgang ang pagtuon sa atong kabataan. Bisan ubos kita sa pandemya karon, dawata kining gasa sa edukasyon, kinasing-kasing nga halad gikan ning inyong pamunuan.
Gidalit kaninyo ni Mayor Edgardo Labella, Vice Mayor Michael Lopez Rama, ang Chairman sa Committee on Education sa atong konseho, Department of Education, Cebu City Division, Cebu City Local School Board ug Home Radio 106.7, kining Cebu City Educational Laboratory on Radio o Ed Radio. Ed Radio, atong dalit aron mas musayong ang pagkat-on sa atong mga tinunan gamit ang learning modules pinaagi sa pagpaminaw sa ilang mga paboritong teacher broadcasters sa kahanginan. Tune in na sa 106.7 kay matod ni Mayor, ang pagkat-on kinahanglan magpadayon.
Nuka, anak, andaman ang imuhang module. Ug maminaw ta sa Ed Radio, kay magsugod na ang imuhang klase.
Yes pa! Andan na ko! Kamong classmates, ready na ba mo sa ato ang klase karon? Maminaw ba tawag tarong ni teacher ha? Teacher! Andan na mi!
Broadcasting live from the Queen City of the South, Cebu City. This is Teacher Rex, a senior high school teacher from Cebu City National Science High School. Once again, this is your T-Rex or Teacher Rex, roaring with knowledge. Great day, folks. Welcome to the new school year once again. I welcome you all to Quarter 1. I will be with you in the next hour to discuss Quarter 1, Module 2, Week 2, Fact or Opinion, and Giving Opinions. Today's radio broadcast is brought to you by the Department of Education, Cebu City Division, and the Cebu City Government. Once again, a pleasant day to all our listeners, most especially to our grade 6 pupils. I hope you are all in the pink of health. Relax and let us take these lessons for Week 2, Module 2, Fact or Opinion, and Giving Opinions, one at a time. Now, I would like you to take out your ball pen, your sheets of paper, and your modules. It is also better if you have your parents or guardians with you while I will guide you in today's lessons. You might have questions later on, and their presence can help you a lot. So parents and guardians, please be with our learners in this class session on air. Thank you so much. Today, we are going to talk about the following lessons. Lesson 1, Noting Details of a Short Story. Lesson 2, Fact or Opinion. And Lesson 3, Giving Opinions. I have a question. Have you already answered the pretest found in your module? I know that I always ask you that, but then again, please be reminded to always answer the pretest prior to our class session on air. Very good. Now, we are all set. That is right. We have just started the new school year with Quarter 1. A resounding round of applause for all of us, and most especially to you and your parents and guardians. I would like to congratulate you all for being with us on air. I know that it's quite a struggle, yet you are still here. Thank you so much. And I'm still looking forward that you be with me in the succeeding quarters. Can I have an aye, Captain? Will you still be with me in the next quarter and next modules?
Aye, Captain!
I love that. Now, let's begin with our lessons. This time, I'd like you to make sure that you have your modules with you and your sheets of paper and your ball pen. Alright, kindly flip now to the page with Lesson 1, noting details of short story. These are the things that you'll have to do. Note significant details from the story entitled The Parable of Division, and identify the characters, setting, and events of the story. Alright, and now under what's new, we have here the Parable of the Division. Okay, that's actually taken from English PELC. So, again, you still have two choices. You have two choices. Whether you'd like to listen to me while reading the story or you'd like to read with me. Okay, read the parable and answer the questions that follow. There are actually 5 questions. Yes, there are actually 5 questions that you will have to answer. And I'd like you to take a look at these questions for now before we go back into the story. Alright, take a look at these questions. Read the questions carefully. Okay. Alright, so this time we now go back to page 3 of your modules, and I will have to start reading the Parable of Division. The young boy named Sehonad, his older brother named Kai, were taught by their parents to divide material things equally and fairly. This they tried to follow. A system was evolved in which one does the dividing and the other get the selecting first. This guaranteed an equitable cutting. Otherwise, who divided would be in the losing end. One day, the 2 boys had a pair of fish for lunch. One big fish and the other a small one. The young boy thought his older brother would give in magparaya to him as a younger and weaker sibling, so he said, "Kuya, go ahead and make the first choice." The older brother quickly got the bigger fish. The younger boy was disappointed to get the smaller fish. "If I were you," said the younger brother boy to his older brother, "I would have taken the smaller fish." "What are you complaining about?" answered the old boy. "You got what you want." Next time around, the 2 boys had to share a bottle of soft drink. They were in the rice field with no glasses or containers available. "Let us drink direct from the bottle," suggested the older brother. "Be sure it's exactly half. You go ahead and drink your share." The younger brother took the bottle and raised it to his mouth. The refreshing fluid headed out and down his throat, swallowing excessively. He practically held his breath while the older brother waited. After a minute, the content of the water bottle was gone. The younger brother had drunk all and whipped his mouth with his wrist. He smiled contentedly. "Why did you drink all of it?" accosted the older boy. The younger brother replied, "My half share was at the bottom part of the bottle." What do you think about the story? Now, this time, let's read and answer the questions. Are you ready? Alright, let's have number 1. Okay, now, first question is, who are the characters in the story? Now, what do you think are the characters? Come on, I'll wait for your answer. Okay, very good. The characters in the story are Sehunand and his older brother Kai. Question number 2. Can you please read it for me? Okay. All right. Now, the answer is, the younger brother is an obedient brother and wise, while his older brother is selfish. Now, let's move on to question number 3. Question number 3 is, was the system that we're following applicable to you? Why? Now, what do you think is the answer? Was the system applicable to you? Well, it is not applicable to us because we always share food and toys equally. I bet that is also your answer. Now, let's move on to question number 4. If you were the younger brother, will you do the same, and why? If I were Sehunand, I will not do what he did. I will be sharing my food to my brother equally. Very good. And the last question is question number 5. Can you please read it for me? Okay. What will happen to the boys if they will not practice what true sharing is all about? They will have to argue and quarrel always, since they will not understand each other. Wonderful. All right, so we have just answered the 5 questions. Congratulations. Now, please do take note. It is better to be contented in one's life. If you want to achieve something, you have to work hard for it. This time, let's move on to the next part, which is what I can do. Now, the direction says, if given the chance to rewrite the ending of the story, how would you rewrite the ending of the parable? Use the dialogue between the 2 brothers below. As you can see right here, we have one picture of 2 brothers. Okay, so maybe this brother on the left is the older brother, and the brother on the right is the younger brother. Or it could either be the other way around. Yes. Now, as you take a look at this page, on the right side, you'll find the square that bears I would like to end the story by, and you have the speech bubble. Now, the challenge is for you to be able to make use of the dialogue between the 2 brothers and try to rewrite the ending of the story. Now, after which, I'd like you to share this with your older brothers or sisters, or your parents, or your guardians, and you can talk about it. What are the possibilities of having another ending of the parable of the vision? All right? Okay, congratulations in advance. Now, let's move on to Lesson 2, fact or opinion. And here are the things that you'll have to know. Identify fact or opinion statements and differentiate fact from opinion. Okay, now recall the parable of division. How will you show your love to your brothers or sisters? Again, recall the parable of the vision. How will you show your love to your brothers or sisters? Now, I will be giving you about 3 minutes for this one. Yes, 3 minutes. As you can see, you have there a family and you have your brothers and sisters. Now, you try to think about your very own family and your very own brothers and sisters. How do you think you'll be able to show your love to your brothers and sisters? Write them in complete sentences. And as the module here suggests, we'd love that you are going to write 3 sentences. Yes, 3 ways that is. Okay, your 3 minutes starts now. Now, let me listen to your answers. What are indeed the possible ways by which you'd be able to show love to your brothers and sisters? Let me start. I will show my love to my brothers and sisters by following the rules during playtime. Do you also believe so? Yes. Okay, can you now read your very own answer? Oh, I see. Yes, that is also possible. Very good. What is another possibility? I will show my love to my siblings. With siblings, that means you refer to your brothers and sisters by reminding them to eat properly. Don't you think that is also possible? Yes. And how about you this time? Can you share another way? Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Yes, I believe so. Now, another possible way by which you'd be able to show your love to your brothers and sisters would be this: by letting them borrow your toys and crayons, right? Sharing is giving and loving, correct? Wonderful. Now let's move on to what's new. A fact is a statement that can be proven correct or wrong. It is a law. It is true to everybody. So basically, we are now going to talk about fact and opinion. Please do listen and read at the same time. Opinion is an expression of a person's feelings that cannot be proven. It is based on facts or emotions, and sometimes they are meant to mislead others. That's why it is important for us readers to be aware of the author's purpose and choice of words. Now, there are actually signal words and phrases. These are the signal words and phrases used in the sentences often precede a statement of fact or opinion. Okay, as you can see right here, we have two columns. On the first column, fact. On the second column, you'll find the word opinion, right? Under fact, you'll have the following information. The annual report confirms, scientists have recently discovered, according to the principal, the investigation demonstrated. All right, so these phrases can actually be examples or signal words and phrases by which you'd be able to know, okay, right after this particular phrase, that is a fact. And let's go now into the opinion. Okay, and here are signal words and phrases for opinion. He claimed that. It is the teacher's point of view. The report argues that. Many scientists suspect that. I think it is the best. Okay, there you go. So those would signal opinion. Now, I'd like to read example sentences. I'll read the very first one. Okay? Would you like me to read the first one? Can I get an aye, Captain? Again, would you like me to read the first one? Wonderful. Mr. Garcia claimed that Angel Locsin is the best actress in her time. That's an opinion. I think apple tastes better than grapes. What makes that as an opinion? It's because of the phrase, I think. How about in the first sentence? What makes it as an opinion? It's because of the phrase, Mr. Garcia claimed, and basically because of the word claimed. Next, can you please read it for me? Okay, in 3, 2, and 1. Okay. Correct. That's an opinion, obviously. And the last one here, many scientists suspect that COVID-19 is a laboratory-made virus. Okay, because of the word suspect. Now, let's move on to sample sentence that are actually considered as facts. The report confirmed that the cases of COVID-19 infected people is rising. Correct, because it says the report confirmed. Next, according to the Department of Health, by wearing face masks will help minimize the risk of the infection. Okay. Let's make this a better sentence. According to the Department of Health, wearing face mask will help minimize the risk of the infection. So, I would like you to disregard the word by. Okay. And the last one, according to our principal, classes begin at 7:30 in the morning. Okay, that's a fact because it's according to your principal, correct? Okay, please do take note that fact and opinions are two different ideas. A fact is a true statement and can be proven, whereas an opinion is made from personal judgment and an expression of one's feelings. This can be true to some, but not true to all. Okay, now let's move on to what I can do, correct? You have the right F if the statement is a fact and O for opinion. Now, I'd like you to get back now your ball pen and your paper. I'll be giving you 5 minutes to work on this one. Again, read the sentences and on your paper, you write the numbers 1 to 10. Right after every number, you will have to write either a letter F or a letter O. F if you think that is a fact, and O if you think that is an opinion. All right, your 5 minutes starts now. That ends your 5 minutes. Okay, now let's go back to this one. What I can do. Again, you write the letter F if you think it's a fact and the letter O for opinion. Okay, I'll start with number 1. Plants produce oxygen. Is that an F or an O? Correct. That is an F because it's a fact, right? A scientific fact, that is. Number 2, they add beauty to the surroundings. They here refers to plants, correct? that could only be an opinion because to some, actually, plants to some do not necessarily add beauty to the surroundings. Again, this is a very opinionated statement. And number 3, can you please read it for me? Okay. Number 3 is a fact. Plants indeed cannot move on their own. But I tell you, there are exemptions. There are actually scientifically proven that there are plants identified that can move on their own. Number 4, the mango has the sweetest fruits. Yes, that is an opinion, correct? Number 5, grapes is the most expensive fruit. Still, that is an opinion. Number 6, plants need humans for them to be healthy. Still, that is an O, correct. How about number 7? Can you please read it for me? Okay. That is a fact. Number 8, plants best grow when watered every day. It is an opinion still. Yes, there are actually plants by which they can still grow healthily even if we do not water them every single day. Number 9, there are different kinds of plants. That is a fact, of course, right? Number 10, plants have different colors. That is also a fact. If you got 10 over 10, bravo, very good. I am very much proud of you. Congratulations. Now let's move on to the next activity under What's More. And I'd like you to read the directions with me. Read the paragraph in the box. Identify each sentence whether it is a fact or an opinion. Write it on the proper group below. Okay, so we have it here. A very short text. Dr. Jose P. Rizal, our national hero, was the smartest. Besides being in an influential family, Rizal was also a writer, a surveyor, a scientist, a poet, and a musician. He was even a doctor. Rizal helped the country in liberating Filipino Spanish colonizers. He was the bravest among the people during his time. He was not afraid to die just to gain freedom from the tyrannies. During the Spanish era, he was sentenced to death and was shot in Bagong Bayan. Now, this time, I'd like you to work on this activity. Please do write things that you consider to be fact and things that you consider to be an opinion. Okay, I'll be giving you about 3 minutes to work on this one. Your 3 minutes starts now. your 3 minutes is up. Now let us check your answers. Let's try to compare our answers. Let's go over them. Okay, first let's talk about facts. Okay, the first fact there is he was a doctor. Okay, what else? Do you have any other answer? Very good. That is also a fact that Rizal helped the country in liberating Filipinos from the Spanish colonizers. Okay, now let's move on to the opinions. Dr. Jose P. Rizal, our national hero, was the smartest. Yes, that is an opinion because, who are we to judge if he was the smartest or not? There are still a lot of other heroes that we have in our country who are also considered to be very, very smart. So again, although we know and we acknowledge that Dr. Jose P. Rizal is our national hero and is really, really smart, but then still, this particular statement, we consider this as an opinion. Okay, next. He was the bravest among the people during his time. Well, there are some other very brave Filipinos. We consider them all as the bravest of all, basically. So still, this is an opinion. All right. So I think we are now very much ready to move into the last lesson. And what is that? Giving opinions, and here are the things that you will have to know. Give opinion about the selection read and react to the content of the materials presented. Okay, now we have here an activity under What's In. We are again to read a selection. Okay, and then after that, we identify each sentence, whether it is a fact or an opinion. You are to encircle your answer, but because we are just making use of your sheets of paper and your ball pen, I'd like you to just write the numbers 1 to 5, after which you just have to write fact or opinion. All right? Do I get a yes? Aye, aye, Captain. Again, do I get a yes?
Aye, aye, Captain!
Very good. Okay, so I'll be giving you about 3 minutes to do this one. Read the selection and then write your answers. Okay, there you go. So your 3 minutes starts now. Your 3 minutes is up. I know. So this time, please allow me to read the selection, and you can also listen or you can also read with me. Let's begin. Sandra went to the zoo with her parents on Saturday. It took them an hour to get there because of traffic. she had fun looking at all the animals. The tarsiers were really cute. The lions looked ferocious and wild. She even had a chance to see the giraffe during feeding time. On the way home, Sandra fell asleep because she was so tired. This selection is only adapted. Okay, now this time we go into these sentences. Number 1, Sandra went to the zoo with her parents. Is it a fact or an opinion? Well, obviously, that is a fact, right? Next, the tarsiers were cute. That is just an opinion, of course, because it may or may not be cute indeed. She saw the giraffe during feeding time. Okay, that is a fact, of course. I mean, that could really happen. Then, the lions looked ferocious and wild. Well, if you base it to the selection, yes, that could be a fact. But then in real life, of course, it could be an opinion. Some people, they don't actually look ferocious and wild. And number 5, on the way home, Sandra fell asleep because she was so tired. That is indeed a fact. All right, now let's move on to the next page. What's new? Share your thoughts about this issue. Okay, these are very latest issues that we have here. Okay, I'll have to read these statements. Face mask is now mandatory in the Philippines. You are not allowed to go out without wearing it. It is a way to protect you from having the COVID-19 virus. Do you always wear your face mask? Most especially if you go out? You are only grade 6 pupils, so I bet most of the time you just stay home. I mean, you're not really permitted to go out these days, right? Okay, now, in this particular activity, you have questions here. What can you say about wearing face masks? Do you practice wearing face masks? Or what is your opinion about wearing face masks? So these are basically your very own opinions. So we'll start with number 1. What can you say about wearing face masks? All right. Correct. We just have to state a fact that wearing face mask is mandatory in the Philippines. Do you practice wearing face masks? Yes, of course, right? Number 3, what is your opinion about wearing face masks? If you're going to ask me for my personal opinion, I'd say I'll just have to follow the protocols, the health protocols, because it says that it actually protects us from having the COVID-19 virus. So, of course, we need to follow our government and we need to follow the Department of Health mandate. Yes, that is correct. Now, let's move on to what is it? Now, this is actually a very short discussion about our topic today. You already know that opinions are statements which cannot be verified objectively, correct? They express a person's feelings about an idea or a situation. Also, they can be judgments or predictions based on given facts. In expressing opinions, you must be careful since others might disagree with what you believe. Make sure that your opinion should be based on a reliable source from what you heard or read. In this way, we distance ourselves from the opinion to show that maybe it is not what we personally believe. By expressing opinion, you may start saying the expressions that follow, and here are the following expressions. I think that, in my opinion, perhaps, personally speaking, my impression is that, I guess that, as far as I'm concerned, I would say that, I believe that, maybe, I feel that, to my mind, probably, it seems to me that. Now, let's talk about the examples and how students give their opinion regarding how to improve their way in speaking and writing in English. Personally speaking, watching and listening to films and TV in English can really help. Next, I don't know about other people, but I think that taking English classes helped me to improve my English. It is generally accepted that going to an English-speaking country is the best way to improve your English. As far as I understand it, you need to practice on a regular basis if you want to improve your English. It seems to me that there is no best way to learn English. Each person has to find a strategy or method that works for them. So, as you can see and take a look back into these sentences in your modules, there are actually phrases that are set in bold. And they are considered to be phrases by which you may use and will obviously state an opinion. Such as, personally speaking, I don't know about other people, but I think that. It is generally accepted that. As far as I understand it, it seems to me that. Now, when we give our opinion, we can use different expressions to share our thoughts and ideas. Now, this time, before we go into the next part in our module, that is what I can do, I would like you to listen to this very short announcement.
The times may have been tough and challenging. The education sector has been one of the most affected. Nevertheless, we remain steadfast in our quest to deliver knowledge and information amidst the pandemic. Thus, the creation of an idea. It all started with a flicker of hope to continue educating our children, the future of our country. Educational Radio Laboratory. This has been made possible by the Cebu City government through the efforts of the Cebu City Local School Board in partnership with the Department of Education, Schools Division of Cebu City.
Ed Radio, educating the young and the future generation. Ed Radio.
And you are still with me with T-Rex or Teacher Rex, roaring with knowledge. Thank you so much, and we are so back. Now this time, let's go into the next part, which is what I can do. There's actually a very short story right here, by which, of course, we need to read. This story is adapted from an upload in social media. It is a true story of a boy who showed kindness to an old man. Find out how he did it and answer the questions that follow. There are actually 3 questions. Now, I would be giving you about 5 minutes. Yes, I'll be giving you 5 minutes to answer this one. Read this particular selection and answer the 3 questions. Now, kindly get your papers and your ball pen. Your 5 minutes starts now. And your 5 minutes is up. Okay, now let's go back to the question. What is your opinion about the gesture of the boy? Okay, the boy was very kind. He respects and helps older people. Question number 2. Did he make the right decision of letting the old man sit? Yes, actually, that is the right thing to do, to help those who need help. And number 3, if you were the boy in the story, would you do the same and why? Let me listen to your answer. Go on now. Oh, I see. All right. Very good. Now, this could also be a possible answer. If I were the boy in the story, I will do the same. I will offer my seat to the older man because he needs help. Wonderful. It's a wonderful story, right? Entitled A Simple Act of Kindness. Okay, now let's go into the last activity under What's More. You are to encircle the letter of the sentence that best describes the character of the story. Okay, we only have about 3 items right here. So, let's do this now. I'll be reading the phrase right after the number. Okay, and you'll have to choose whether it's letter A or B. Kindly get your ball pen and your paper this time. Alright? Are you guys ready? Okay, I can feel that. So this time, I'm going to start reading. Number 1, the old man. Letter A, a strong old man who risks himself in riding a jeepney just to go home. An old man who does not care about going home to his family. Okay, you decide, A or B. Number 2, the boy. Letter A, a kind boy who knows how to help and respect other people. Letter B, a disrespectful boy who does not care about the people around him. Is it A or B? Now let's move on to number 3, other passengers. Letter A, a group of people who are willing to help others at all times. And letter B, a group of people who do not help others even if others needed help. Alright, now let me take a look at your answers. Oops, I could not do that. I'll just have to listen to you. Okay, for number 1, what's your answer? A or B? Very good, it's A. A strong man or a strong old man who risks himself in riding a jeepney just to get home. Number 2, the boy. Correct, it still is letter A. A kind boy who knows how to help and respect older people. And number 3, other passengers. Correct. It still is letter A, a group of people who are willing to help others at all times. Now, wonderful. A big round of virtual applause for all of you. Congratulations. You are done with module number 2. Well, this time you are ready to answer the post test found on page 11 and 12. Wait. Is that page 11 and 12? Well, the module here doesn't have pagination, but yes, it's actually found at the last few pages of your module this time. Enjoy answering. I hope you will find time to answer the post test so that you'd be able to really check if we had worthwhile time during our discussion on air. Perfect. Now you're ready to embark into quarter 1, module 3, week 3. See ya. Thank you so much. You are all amazing. This has been your T-Rex or Teacher Rex, roaring with knowledge. I hope that you have learned something in today's discussion. Always remember the words of Margaret Fuller. Today, a reader. Tomorrow, a leader. Keep on, Cebuano learners. And I would like to end this session with this reminder from me, Teacher Rex, your T-Rex. Keep on believing, keep on shining, be empowered, and be the change. Have a great day. Be proud of yourself being a learner from Cebu City Division, because right here, quality education is our mission, vision, and passion. See you all next week. Goodbye.
Luca, anak, kamusta? Human na ba inyo ang klase?
Oo pa. Kung daghanap po niyo mga bagong nakatunan karon. Di ba, classmates?
Wow, very good.
Classmates, magkuyog piyag gihapon ta sa sunod na tunga klase, ha? See you!
Mao kadto ang atong kinasing-kasing nga halad alang sa atong mga tinunan aron ang pagkat-on magpadayon bisan pa man sa mga kabag-uhan nga resulta sa pandemya. Dalit kaninyo sa Cebu City Government Local School Board, Cebu City Council, Department of Education, Cebu City Division ug sa Home Radio 106.7. At ani ang sunod nga klase sa kahanginan. Hangtod sa sunod higayon, ayaw si Piata sa pagpaminaw sa Ed Radio tungod kay ang pagkat-on kinahanglan magpadayon.